Do you miss DVD commentary tracks? Well, fear not, because Ivan Fry, the most scorned critic in all of YouTube, I'm here to give you commentary tracks for the movies streaming, the movies we love and sometimes those we love to hate. Tonight, got one that I think we have fond memories of, or do we? It's from 1997, Good Will Hunting, the movie that gave us Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and, of course, Minnie Driver. Robin Williams might be in it also. I have a root beer. Let's go ahead and get that fizzy fizz going, shall we? Yes, that beautiful... I feel like you need to use a bottle opener. I typically do, but it's supposedly you can unscrew it with your hand. If your hand's made out of granite, maybe. I've got popcorn ready. I know we've had complaints about this, but it's in my Alien Romulus popcorn bucket. It's Opa Pop popcorn. It's some of the better microwave popcorn I've come across. Very good butter flavor on this one. If you'd like to watch along with Good Will Hunting, go ahead and go to Paramount Plus, go all the way down to 0. You could say 0000 and hit play. Honestly, it's a little tough to pull off, so you kind of just have to back up all the way to the beginning and then stop backing up now. That is if you're watching on a smart TV. Maybe you're not, but maybe this app needs updating, frankly. Paramount Plus gives you a lot of content in HDR, yes. It also kind of lies about the 4K. There's clearly not 4K happening. It seems like there's a lot of 2K happening that they're calling 4K, and the compression's a bit extreme. Gus Van Sant, haven't seen a ton of his movies, I don't think. I did watch, I picked up on Blu-ray My Own Private Idaho. This didn't introduce Matt Damon and Ben Affleck to America, but boy, were they way under the radar before this. I think you saw Matt Damon prior to this in Courage Under Fire, but I don't think anyone much cared. He was Julia Roberts' brother in Mystic Pizza. Nobody cared. Minnie Driver. Oh, Cole Hauser's in this. I didn't realize that. So between Ben Affleck and Cole Hauser, a bit of a reunion of Dazed and Confused. Yeah. Maybe that's why this is on Paramount Plus, honestly. I don't think they have anything to do with Miramax. At one point it was like, well, Miramax, well, this is going to be well reviewed, right? Danny Elfman music, wow. Then they changed it. Now, hey, with the Weinstein Company, forget about, no, hold on. That name's tainted also. But yeah, Casey Affleck, he was in a previous Gus Van Sant movie. Is it Van Sant, that I watched recently on Netflix. And that was To Die For, which was something of a black comedy. It's hard to categorize as a black comedy when it doesn't really seem that funny. We have Kevin Smith in here as a producer. I mean, he goes back with... I didn't realize he was a producer on this, but I mean, he kind of hung around in these guys' circles. He had Ben Affleck in stuff prior to this movie. I think he was in Mallrats. I think so, but yeah, the Miramax was something of a mid-major that was churning out what was being described as indie movies, right? Though, I mean, they had distribution out the wazoo. But yeah, Kevin Smith was in these circles. I didn't realize that I don't know what, he really contributed here, but yes. Let's pull up in our, is that an Adidas tracksuit? Hey, come on, we need to go beat up some guys. Isn't that kind of what they do? They're knock around guys, written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. People will shortly after this be like, I think Ben Affleck did most of the writing. But it's like Matt Damon's getting a lot of the credit because he's the star. Yeah, we're up to some no good. But I mean, they don't really do that bad. It's not like he's a master criminal. They just, look, I have not watched this since VHS. It was either 97 or 98. Maybe it didn't release on VHS till 98. Maybe it already got an Oscar. I think I saw this before the Oscars. This commentary, not quite blind, but it may as well be, was a request from Tote. And evidently I do requests. Let's talk about how important this is. Math. Oh yeah, big time math talk, guys. Wouldn't it be something if the janitor over, so I guess he just drove him to work. Wouldn't it be something that like the janitor at MIT was actually smarter than the students? Wouldn't that be crazy? I recall liking this movie when I saw it. I have put off watching this because I was under the impression that I'm probably going to be able to look past all the tricks. Oh, we didn't know how to actually write math, so we just, oh yeah, it's not even that important. We'll just say he's good at it, but it's really about inspiring him. You know, getting him a good role model. There's Casey Affleck. I think he's dating some chick that I was kind of in the DMs with on Twitter. Is that Cole Hauser right there? Dude, I'm like so into math, I can't stop mathing. I have to take off and write in the mirror. I don't have paper. That would make sense. Paper and pencils and things. No, it's more of a visual communication with the audience if we do this on a mirror. You know, it just looks cooler this way. I am missing the way movies used to look, man. When movies were shot on film and people actually cared about how it looked. Now, they shoot something on a film and damn it, we want to make sure you know. Look how hyper grainy it is. We don't have the skill to make a movie that looks like this anymore, do we? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to stop waxing the floor and I'm going to solve your equation over here. In batting cages, do they let you throw? Or is it usually a machine? I don't think I've ever done a batting cage. Boy, am I glad I got the subtitles on. It's not that easy hearing them. Yeah, at the old class of MIT here reunion, we're gonna do our barbershop quartet. That's what we're gonna do. I think I last saw this guy as Baron Harkonnen in Dune. Real grimy dude. You wouldn't think his son. Look, I'm just gonna say this now. He's got two sons that are markedly more attractive than him. Okay, can we agree on that much? Somebody solved that unsolvable equation? I guess I don't understand this. If it can't be solved, if it's a challenge, right? How does he know that's correct? Are we working with some assumptions here that we don't know how the internet works? Like with AI, is math skills necessary? Does it raise any eyebrows? Does it move the needle? Does having math skills at all do anything for anybody? Oh wow, you're amazing at math? Yeah, well my computer is too. So why should we hire you? I remember them getting in fights and stuff. And it's like, come on, you don't want to spend all your time getting in fights, do you? You need a mentor to guide you. So yeah, we got to fight some guys after this ball game here. I'm sure there's some Southeast stereotypes here, so everybody get your tracksuit, curse a whole lot. Yeah, we hot tempered over here. It's crazy to think how young these guys are. Cole Hauser looks grizzled. Matt Damon looks a hell of a lot different now. Ben Affleck looks kind of the same, but older. Casey Affleck looks like a child. It's that guy. Guys, he's a janitor. He's got math skills. He can fight. You know, if they wanted to tutor him to get him into something that would actually make some actual revenue these days, they'd be training him up for UFC, wouldn't they? Oh, wow. Look at the slow motion fighting. Wow. I think many a punches were pulled here. It doesn't matter why they're fighting so much. It just matters that they're fighting. This kind of shows you where he's at in life, right? I think even at that point, the UFC ref would have pulled him off. You gotta jump over fences. Jumping over fences is how you show running away from cops in a movie. Oh wow, everybody's standing at attention in here, man. With all interest. Yeah, look how excited these students are. It's standing room only. We gotta talk, guys. Somebody solve this equation. Get the national media here. What? None of you are claiming responsibility? Have we been to college before? There's going to be a lot here. That's how college works. Took me and my colleagues 2 years to prove this problem. I don't understand. Like, Does it actually take that long to work on some numbers? Because it doesn't take that long to write it out, right? You're not writing a novel. Oh, they put another problem on the board? Okay, fine, I'm going to solve it. If only we had surveillance cameras in the hallway at our elite institution. Then we could have found who did this. Uh-oh. They got me. He really wrote this kid off. He can't be the one who's solving this. No way, you're graffitiing over people's work. Did he finish it or not? Did he finish it then walk away and get caught? Like, if so, what a miraculous timing. It's sort of like this movie is cliches before they're cliches. In a way. Is this the genesis of cliches? I mean, at the time, it maybe didn't seem like that revolutionary. We had a few boy genius type movies rolling around in the mid and early 90s. There was a lot of like kid genius things happening. Maybe Rain Man kicked that off. Instead of a kid genius, it's an old genius. It's an old genius who can't really quite communicate. He's so powerful, he can't communicate with us, man. Ray, you wanna stay with me? Yeah. Or do you want to go back to the home? Yeah, definitely yeah. Champion, dude. That brand got bought by Walmart. You don't see that anymore. Walmart is where brands go to die, man. You'd see starter jackets in the 90s, starter jackets aplenty. You don't see them now. Massimo, pretty big at the time of this movie. I can't remember if that was Target or Walmart that got them, but they died. I'm almost concerned that Jinko jeans are going to come back. Now, I'm not so sure you're going to see some on display here, but like massive hula hoop legs. Possibility. Introducing Minnie Driver, not singing Russian. Stand by your man in a Russian accent. This is from a time before you were required to hire English people for your movie because you were shooting in England. This is strictly, whoa, she's English, but she can do an American accent? Well, she's doing more acting than American, so we're going to hire her. This guy's showing up looking like the evil father from Kindergarten Cop. I believe they got like almost the whole squad back together here to spoof this scene in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Oh yeah, I'm a smart college guy, man. This is how we resolve issues here. Look at me. I've got an Asian with glasses standing behind me. That's how smart I am. If I can quote stuff, then everybody's gonna know I'm smart, man. If I got quotes ready on the fly. Wait a minute. I thought he was supposed to be a math expert. Maybe Matt Damon over here, Good Will Hunting. Maybe he just got like one of the memories. If I can quote him before he finishes his quote, then everybody'll know I've read the same thing he read. And then the girl's mine. How's he punning it off on as his own idea when the first thing he did is cite the author? That doesn't work. That's not plagiarism right there, pal. I'm kind of liking Matt Damon's shirt. It's got a torn up nature about it. I might have to cosplay Good Will Hunting. I'm sorry. Also, girl over here with the horizontal stripes, that haircut, I'm kind of missing that haircut, guys. I don't know what is going on with girls, but it's like every girl now has the same haircut. And it's like the most low effort thing, you know? Yeah, I think blonde hair just disappears for the movie. Let me just get out of here and you can talk to Matt. Matt Damon looks a lot like Hilary Swank. They not done a movie together as brother and sister? Or if they're, hey, Matt Damon trans into a woman and becomes Hilary Swank. They've got the exact same smile, possibly even eyes. Oh, no, no, I didn't mean to make fun of you being educated. Hold on. Is she supposed to be British in this movie? I can't tell. Is Minnie Driver supposed to be British in this? Hold on, I got her number, and this guy's over here now. Here comes our big kill shot line, guys. I got her number. How you like them apples? What about apples? How you like them apples? Believe me, people were saying that for years to come. Into 2000, they certainly were. How you like them apples? It looks like our movie just went to Super 8 over here, man. And those interior shots, a little bit of that driving. We had to switch to a Super 8 camera. Or we dropped down to like 16 millimeter, for those scenes. Because, we had to save budget over here. It's an independent film, ultimately. Call this an independent film all you want. Do you see any independent films these days that look like this? No, you don't. I have to find this guy who got this equation right. You think a student works here? It's a janitor. There ain't no students here. Wouldn't it be funny if the guy who works in the burger commissary area at NASA actually knew how to launch all the rockets? Like, I mean, apply this equation to some other movies, right? Some other concepts. Then, like, make it more extreme. Oh, you're telling me that the janitor over at Microsoft is actually as good of a CEO as the CEO? Well, I mean, or hey, running Apple. Oh, yeah, it's so hard to say, we're going to add one to the number on that iPhone. Oh, 15, I've got an idea. Let's make an iPhone 16. It's that simple, boys. But we'd find a way to finesse that into this is what, like, a real genius is like, right? Like, try to make up a genius. I know how to quote things. He's got enough assaults here that a conservative podcaster would wonder why he isn't locked up, right? You're letting this dangerous criminal on the streets and the subway? I was actually made the mistake of listening to Liz Wheeler's show yesterday. She was talking about how they got I was about to say Chris Pratt, Spencer Pratt all wrong, man. His wife, 15 years ago, she released a pop album called Superficial, and now suddenly it's like back on the charts. It's like now one of the top things on Spotify now. That is a marketing genius. No, what that is a guy who realized if he sets his "my house caught on fire, look at this damage to the area" Instagram reels to, if he sets the music of his wife to that, that's his way to capitalize. How can I get something back from this tragedy? I know. We'll use these videos everybody's going to look at and share of the fire. We're going to use that to get my wife's music back in the limelight. That's what we're going to do. She didn't actually go and say that's how he did it because she didn't want to, make it look unsophisticated with the reality. Is it impossible for the janitor guy to have like a great memory and be a math whiz? Not necessarily. Would he slip through the cracks? Unlikely. But I mean, also, hey, at least I would be original serving those fries, as he said. So clearly, he has as much of a rebellious tenacity to him as he does his geniusness, right? It's going to make him hard to control. Yeah, we're going to get you out of prison here. If you meet with me and we mentor you and all that stuff, that's what we're going to do. Well, why do you care? It's not about fixing him. It's about how can we manipulate his gift into profit. I have to see a therapist. Well, who's the therapist going to be? Perhaps the saving grace of the movie, the real star, the household name that shows up to be a supporting role in this movie. Robin Williams doing his Dead Poet Society thing. Robin Williams in serious mode, or more serious mode, is a formidable foe. What, you serious? You thought I couldn't solve this? Oh, come on. Yeah, see ABC over there? Yeah, there you go. And then wouldn't it be, what we need is a scene where they kind of have like a math off and this guy's like, no, that's not right. Nope. No, okay, come on. Cancels it out, yeah. And that did what? We got some chalk on a chalkboard. That's what we actually accomplished. Samuel Adams. Irish Pale Ale over here. Yeah, I don't need no help. I'm gonna check out the books of these therapists you want me to go see and prove they're phonies. Can't blame them for that, right? If you cut to the chase with this guy, it's not gonna work. Hey, no more shenanigans, no more tomfoolery. Oh yeah, that'll work. Now I'm gonna mess with them and make up some stuff. What's this Cobra thing with the wheels? I'm not familiar with that. You know, lately when I watch any of these movies that are shot on film and got the old school cutter editing, I just think about how bad they would look today, Putt from the rough. Now that's a phrase I recall from this movie. All right, this dude's talking to a chick out of his league. But he thinks he's like the star professor, right? I can't even be bothered to sit on a couch, right? He tried to out me. He's crazy. Don't believe anything he said about me being gay. A few memorable lines, guys. That's all it really takes. And the Oscar can be yours. I should think that the therapist industry can't be too happy about this movie. Because you got this guy here who's messing with the therapists, kind of exposing them as shysters. Saying the things that it's like the dream therapy session, like a Rocky movie. They don't just have a ho-hum fight, right? It's like, no, it's not. Every haymakers all over the place. Guys are falling down. It's not a whole lot of like clutching, right? Afternoon delight. Yeah, a very Boston afternoon delight thing there. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. I hadn't much heard that song before Anchorman. No, I know it's much older. Like, what kind of fooey is he going to mess with next? The Rorschach test? Rorschach, right? Who is this manservant this dude's got following him around? Is it just so that he can mention his plans to somebody and not talk to himself? Who am I going to get? Robin Williams? Now, here's a guy who slipped through the cracks, right? He's not mentoring the best and the brightest. Yeah, this is just the public, right? But what if he had the chance to help one of the best and brightest? It'd be a great scenario for him, right? Though ultimately, you get the impression that Robin Williams, Matt Damon, they kind of team up to hate the uh, the prick from MIT, right? The authority figure guy. I'm the so cool Professor Gerald Limbaugh over here. When I walk into a room, I expect to be introduced by somebody. Almost looking like Katherine Heigl right there. Almost. It's amazing how this great mind was in my room. Clearly, this is not the auditorium at MIT, guys. I'm sorry. All right, you better wine and dine me over here. I wonder if anybody bounces into me and goes, "Why didn't you come to the class reunion?" Why didn't you come to reunion? Why didn't you come to my wife's funeral? I'm on probation. I have to go to counseling. It's lame. We kind of have brought back these, like, what is this, like a DZ Discovery Zone they're at? We have trampoline areas. I think they set up something like that in my town. They call it like the sandbox. Haven't been, but I think it has stuff like that. Someone will always try to bring an activity for kids, right? But I just don't think they get wind up the way they used to. They just mellow out and they get on their phones and they do that forever, right? You have kids looking at their screens now before they're adults. That's like an adult activity. You're a mellowed out adult. That's why you're looking at your phone and not bouncing off the walls. This kid, he's a math genius. If someone can reach him, I don't know what it would do for society, but it'd be cool, and I'd get credit for it. I think you can get through to him. He's like you. Oh, what's the background? No, you're from the same neighborhood. Oh, he's a Southie, huh? And by same neighborhood, you don't really mean that. You mean you're both kind of broke. Let me guess who you went to first. Yep, those guys. You got it. I want you to take note of that previous scene. They are in a naturally lit restaurant, drinking wine and talking, okay? And you can see who you're looking at and you can identify what they look like. You do not get that in 2026 now. Our cameras just can't, are garbage. Everything is dark as balls. They want to show off how amazing their black levels are. I watched this awful movie drop on Prime Video the other day. A horror thriller based on the concept of airdropping, which in due time won't make any sense to anybody. And it's got this guy, and people are talking. He might be like the new Batman. You can't see his face. They're sitting in the dark. It's pure black darkness. Just awful. And that's everything now. And I'm not going to watch this movie of Obsession unless it ends up on a streaming platform I have access to. I'm not paying money to watch some Zoomer shoot a movie without lights. It's that simple. I mean, heck, look at this. This is like natural lit stuff here too, man. It's working. That's film for you. In the 90s, we took film to the pinnacle, didn't we? Hey, so I'm a different kind of therapist. I just kind of chill, you know? We've kind of done this like almost chill therapist thing before in Ordinary People. But the kid wasn't a genius who let his brother drown. But, maybe that would have made for a better movie. By the way, The Empire Strikes Back walks all over Ordinary People. It's not even close. That is a war crime. Empire Strikes Back, easily best picture that year for the 81 Oscars celebrating the year, the year of 80. Not even close. I have a feeling Robin Williams is not benching 285. You just about have to be on the sauce to hit 300 as an ordinary dude. At Robin Williams size, he's like what, maybe like 5'7"? I'm not seeing it. He doesn't have like, I'm not seeing the forearms showing of a guy that's really hit some weights. Matt Damon, do you own some more shirts? Because you've worn this one a few times. Is he gonna crack Robin Williams here? He pisses off these guys and then they throw him out. I mean, you only have to do the therapy thing an hour twice a week. Oh, I found his weakness. Talking about his dead wife. Found his weakness. No, I think she died of cancer. Oh, getting physical here. I will end you. I feel like that was a line that people were spouting too. Yeah, time's up. That the therapist cliche, they say time's up. Oh, time's up. That's our hour. I really doubt they did this for that long, right? Oh, did he crack Robin Williams? No, I want some more. I want to be challenged too. Oh, the burden of meeting with some dude to talk about your problems for an hour twice a week. Not forever, but while you're on probation. Is it really that big of a deal? Do you really have to break each of these guys till you find your therapist soulmate? Maybe people forget what this movie's actually about. Well, no, it's about the janitor and he can do the math problems. No, it's about a guy finding his therapist soulmate. And then the soulmate, he actually learns from the student, right? Look how empty his life is, but he learns the way of Goodwill Hunting. You do need the master to learn a lesson from the pupil to really get the critics. And by the way, I'm catching up with Robin Williams on the arm hair. I'm not quite there yet, but am I getting there. I saw that Wolverine trailer from the PlayStation 5 last night, and yeah, I was like, hey, yeah, I can relate, man. I've got the hair coming up the biceps and the tries now. Growing up in England. Okay, so she is supposed to be English. My bad. I thought she wooed everybody with an American accent. My brain's going to be worth $250,000. Is that supposed to be the collective sum of her like education? Because in 97, that would be like a jaw dropping number. Now, people are spending that much money on kids before high school so that they can associate with the rich kids. All the rich family. Oh, you're not one of us. You don't go to that elite school with your kids. Your kids aren't in like super ultra preschool. Oh, are they like mentally like handicapped? Bless their heart. No. Oh, you're just a poser. You're not actually rich. See, that's the way they'll act, right? It's a status thing more than it is an actual education thing. Oh wow, we're not that good with magic. You impressed her more by being bad at magic. Man, is this like a tiny diner they're at? Jeez. All right, let's get the kiss out of the way now while we're eating. Yeah, and it'll all look kind of ad lib and off the cuff, and oh, it's so honest. It's so unsexy and unmade up. And if you do it all in one shot that pushes in steady, it's more dramatic. Instead of making it a lens flare cacophony, the music hitting all the things and the cuts, the rapid cuts, right? And the flashbacks, no, just simple. And well, this was their first kiss. Here it is. There you go. You're reaching me. I thought about what you said. Oh, you've never been out of Boston? What a loser. You've read the books. You know about the stuff, but you don't know the stuff. You haven't actually been there. That's why I'm not mad. You're just some intellectual poser. Does this movie like start the anti-intellectual revolution in some way? Like you have this guy who seems to be the superior student of the class of 72 MIT, okay? Compared to Sarsgaard, right? Yeah, this guy, he's over here wasting away over at like the community college. Not getting the star treatment professor style, right? I don't know if any of these professors that actually have like the manservant that follows them everywhere Like, oh yeah, if I'm going to be a professor here, I have a like personal secretary that follows me around. And I know the governor of California has like a personal photographer to get all of his photo op stuff in, do the social posts. I looked at running for governor from Kansas. You don't get anything. You don't even get a plane. It's kind of lame. If you want to get a good governor, you got to offer this sort of stuff, guys. Ah, we were so busy being geniuses, we forgot to cure cancer. How much cancer are you curing with all these math equations? Oh, did that hit a little too close to home, you mathematicians out there? I feel like Matt Damon had some moles removed, or a lot of foundation nowadays. He didn't get the chances because he was an orphan. Oh, you almost make him look like he's going to apologize. If only the judge hadn't ordered him to see therapy, man. Shot's not quite in focus, but boy, his sweater is on his right shoulder. And obviously, in real time, you wouldn't be able to tell. I mean, as best you can do when shooting with film, yeah, you look at the dailies after the fact, but you also set up a video camera to run next to, like strapped next to the film camera to try to give you an idea of what's in the shot. It's a thing. Try to figure out how you're going to pull focus. All of that was a barrier to entry. All the things that made making a movie a little bit tougher really weeded out the posers. Oh yeah, sure, it costs a lot more money, and we're gonna have to have more skilled people to make this stuff. But boy, did we make better things. Now anybody can do it. There is no skill. Look what we get. Yeah, we're doing odd construction jobs over here. It's a living. We need to have that scene where he calls her but doesn't. Hold on, guys. I gotta talk to this girl. Yeah, hold on. I chickened out. Never mind. They didn't even have like a fight. There isn't much reason for him to call her and hang up. Try showing this to a kid. Hold on. What's a payphone? Why would they even talk? I mean, they have phones, but we don't talk on them. Why didn't he just text her? He could have Snapchat her. What the hell? No smoking. Oh, I have a feeling we're going to end up smoking in here because we set that up. The style of the wardrobe, man. We're almost back at the 90s, right? Like we're at like late 90s on the cycle on the wardrobe, aren't we? Not a lot of hair sticks out as out of place or you wouldn't see today. I mentioned that the girls are putting more effort in their hair than they do in reality. The men in this movie just kind of look like they stepped out of today, but without iPhones. I mean, we actually get through like a whole movie here without mentioning the internet, don't we? Like, we can even do that nowadays. Hold on, I got to check my social network. I got to check my likes, things like that. It just, everything kind of ends up online. We got a hacker. I'm in. All that stuff. Everything nowadays, they have to get on the internet. I put my life work in this, and this kid just shows up, and he's going to solve things. Are you going to give me the silent treatment? Okay, I can give you the silent treatment too. No, we can't quite do a whole movie like this, so someone's going to crack. You were on a plane once. I heard you hadn't gotten out of Boston. Nah, it's a joke, man. I had to set it up by saying I was on plane. Yeah, because stewardess, they have to be on plane to do that. I need to tell you about, I have been laid before, so you don't think I'm gay. Man, 96, 97, there's a lot of, this is so gay, gay, gay. Everybody accuse him of being gay, call him gay. Like, gotta have a case of the not gays. So she's over there saying, my brain's gonna be worth $250,000. Let's tell me the education. She said she'd already been to Harvard. So what is she, a graduate student at MIT? I don't think that you do a year of MIT now for under $250,000. I don't think so. Don't know a lot about Robin Williams' wife here, but she used to fart in her sleep. Yeah, that'll get a laugh out of Good Will Hunting. Okay, here we go. Now we're bonding. The pulsating of the nostrils there. The way the nostrils are flowing. It's such a genuine laugh, guys. They're really laughing. Now, we know Robin Williams, he can get some real laughs out of people. They could have left the cameras rolling and, have a camera on Damon here while Robin Williams is going through his shtick. They're not imperfections, man. Imperfection's the good stuff. You almost think it was the Dead Poet Society all over again. Run, you tell them to seize the day. Man, being a therapist has got to be really easy. No, it's not easy at all. Well, hold on. We have to make it look like it's not easy. You have to go through years of school. Then people think it's not easy. Yeah, that's it. Much better to focus on these moments when you're writing this movie about the math wizard and gloss over the math, you know? Maybe hire one expert to make sure the equation on the board looks kind of right, but not, before that, before you get a good look at it, build it up as it took us 2 years to come up with this equation. I gotta break in. Hold that open. There we go. I'm in. Girls' dorm? Bigger than a sorority? What are we doing here? Oh, she thinks she's doing music. That's cute. Is that a magic 8 ball next to her bed? And then they open the door and there's that guy from the bar. No. No, I can't give you another crack. Door opens the rest of the way. Oh, who are you talking to? Oh, you remember him from the bar, don't you? Fascinatingly boring. It sounds fascinating boring. I take your word for it, Mini Driver. Boy, what did she do after this? Like, you kind of saw her pop up here and there, but not to the impact, right? Like, she didn't have a follow up hit movie, right? Like, you didn't plug a Mini Driver into something like Armageddon. You didn't plug her into some action disaster movie and it work. I don't remember her doing anything like that. A dog track. Good luck finding one of those in the States. Had a dog track in Wichita, closed a while back. You know what they do now? They largely don't even run horses. They do historical races. Something happens, you're going to bet on it, you don't know anything about it, and then they tell you the real world results afterwards. Based on I don't know what. It doesn't sound like a real horse racing. It sounds like something that could easily be fixed. Good luck smoking section. I don't know. The only place you can smoke in Wichita is the casino. The only place, like I think you're allowed to smoke in a store, like a cigar lounge, and the casino, and that's it. In the '90s, you had smoking sections everywhere. Yeah, come meet my friends. Yeah, that'll work out. No, would your life be better? Your life be better if you didn't met your wife? You ever think about that? No, I didn't mean that way. Cut to the vintage footage right there. It's like it's shown off a TV in our flashback. I'm liking that. Now they would screen capture it from YouTube, and it would look like you just started watching a YouTube video during your movie, right? You'd get the big chunky pixelated artifacts, right? This I prefer. And that is the way you maybe remembered things in 97. Perhaps you remember things because you saw it on TV, so your memory of it is how it looked on the TV. To some people maybe. But I kind of think that when I think of like somebody hitting the big shot or whatever, I'm imagining them doing it, not me watching the TV of Michael Jordan hitting the shot, right? You weren't there for the game? What were you doing? It's not like the Red Sox won anyway, you losers. Come on. I got to see about a girl. That will come back. Nah, I could have been at the game, but I had to go see about a girl. I'm sure you I'm going to tell you that line. You use that one wisely, Good Will Hunting. Now there was some indie artist here in our. Yep, it was a Magic 8 Ball. There's some indie artist here who kind of got blown up a bit from a song in this. I know I saw some documentary about him. Every once in a while someone does a new one. What happened to the guy? He was going to be on like the top of the world of the like kind of like singer-songwriter folk scene. And then he like died. It's kind of like, who cares? We get a new one every other month. At one point we did. Now we're kind of like, nope. I mean, we're going to ride this Taylor Swift thing as long as we can. Okay, fine. We'll find a new one. Her name's Sabrina Carpenter. Give it a shot. How long can we keep her around? You know, can't tell you anything about any band in the last 10 years. But, you know, we can keep funneling the same hit songs to a few select groups, right? And solo artists. Man, I wonder if the Magic 8 Ball thing even resonates. Like, kids are like, what's that? How does that work? Hold on. I think we need this prop explained in order for people to understand what this scene in the movie's about. That'd be the filmmaking by committee run through of how this scene would play out today, right? I don't think the audience really knows what the Magic 8 Ball is. We need to really explore that. We need a scene prior of them using it, and then she can explain that you ask it questions and turn it over. Yep, this is what it's like when you come meet my friends. Look how uncouth they are. You're probably going to see us beat up somebody. I mean, she kind of has met these guys before. They were all hanging out at the bar when he met her. Has Cole Hauser had a line in this movie? Just sit back and look intimidating. I mean, I'd take it, right? And then you can say you're in the movie. I know the pay's not as good as actually having the lines, right? Matt Damon definitely a little skinnier than he is now, right? Cole Hauser, you know him as Rip from the Yellowstone, but I'll tell you, he was quite the intimidating boss in Too Fast, Too Furious. That trick with the rat, man, that resonated. That seemed like that was for a more serious movie than Too Fast, Too Furious. Hey, at least she's getting along with his friends here. I mean, she's from a totally different background with that $250,000 brain, but she's playing along. There's a lot of stories in this movie. So then this guy, and then he did this, and you know what? I didn't do that. No, I did this instead. But oh, hey, we gave him a line. We gave Cole Hauser a line. Now I remember her story. I say Mary and Patty old 50th anniversary. Doing a little bit of an Irish voice there. This is funny. She said blowjob. You didn't hear that a lot in a movie in the 90s. She sounds like she sounds like Rebecca Quinn, right? Becky Lynch. Oh, and then yeah, well, in order for this joke to work, we need to have some Coca-Cola on hand and dribble it out of our mouth. There we go. Onto the table. But yes, see, she can hang with the boys. She's cool. She's a cool chick. Okay, maybe I mispicked up on something. Was he a janitor at Harvard? But the guys that, oh hey, I'm Robin Williams and I went to MIT, and the math guy here, he was at MIT, but now he's a professor at Harvard, but he graduated MIT. Graduating MIT gets you qualified to be a professor at Harvard. So she's a Harvard student. Not the, I mean, this stuff isn't too far away. Massachusetts. My question is, why are the judges into the therapy? Yeah, okay, we'll release you on parole, but you have to get therapy twice a week. You got like referral credit for the therapy thing? Is there a kickback that the judges are benefiting from assigning therapy? Why do they think that makes a difference? Oh, well, the studies show if the guy's actually at the therapy when they're on parole, then they're less likely to be repeat offenders and whatever. Well, if you lock them up forever, the study shows that they never repeat. I think this guy just died. I think that bartender guy died recently. I say just is probably a long time ago. Who knows? Look at that big bowl of nuts. Cutting edge mathematic job author think tanks. They want this boy's brain and they're willing to pay him something. Oh, you're supposed to get him ready to accept these job offers, pal. I don't think you get it, Robin Williams. All right, I'm going to look up this guy, Timmy. I'm looking him up. You never heard of Gerald Lambeau? He's like, did I fail this bet not knowing who this guy is? We got to get this kid to quit being a hoodlum hanging out with his loser bros. This is the future I want for this kid, and you're going to make it happen. You understand me? All right, I'm looking at Tim. Richard Fitzpatrick. Blew the competition away. Ted Kaczynski. I never heard of him. Oh, but Timmy's heard of him. If we don't give him direction, he's going to become the next Unabomber, clearly. No, this guy's not dead. Not dead. Surprised. We don't give him time to think about what he wants. We got these job offers coming in, and these guys are paying me money to be the headhunter. He's in a meeting here, an important position, huh? Except it's not really him. And clearly, Ben Affleck cannot fit in this suit. It's probably actually a suit for Matt Damon, as short as it is, right? Ben Affleck's 6'4". I guess he ran into Michael Jordan somewhere and he's like, "You're not 6'6". You're barely taller than me. He's like, "Hey, that makes what I did all the more impressive." But I would say maybe Michael Jordan's lost an inch or two. You know, you jump around a whole lot. I think it's going to weigh down on your knees and things. Or maybe a little compression of the spine over time. Pay me up front for my services over here. I'm going to be rich. Yep. Don't you just really want to trust a guy who's dressed like this? You know they're serious because they got an Asian. Oh man, harsh lighting. That's what happens when you actually go outside to make your movie, guys. Oh, we don't do that now. We shoot in England where it's always overcast, and then we try to like use some soft boxes to mimic the sun. That's what we do. They had harsher lighting in the 90s too. LEDs have kind of thrown things off, made shadows disappear, right? Made things gray. Though I would also say that being a colorist doesn't help. You assign these people to determine what the color of the movie is when they weren't on set when it was shot. Just some guy in a room playing around with the slider. No, I think that's the white value. Even people from Harvard have to study. We want to make sure everybody knows that people at Harvard are smart. Even the janitor's smart. Brought to you by Harvard. Watch there be like a, Harvard sponsored thing, a plaque at the bottom. You can't play piano, hit the ball at Fenway, paint a picture? What good are you? Oh, I do the math problems. Oh, she's sneaking in to kiss him. Tongues are there. The intimacy coordinator didn't really allow that. Just imagine like the Blake Lively lawsuit, right? Was that possibly even like the last hit movie of that sort? Bring in $300 million. Big lawsuit, crush your career after. Even your husband's distancing himself from you. You're killing the Deadpool franchise, Blake. Oh, we got some lower back hair, Matt Damon. You might want to do something about that. What? I can't go to California. I've never left Boston. We're not even sure this guy can drive. He's always being driven somewhere. And then in the movie, he gets to drive. See, Robin Williams said Yeah, you think it would have been great to see that game, and that, yeah, I'm sure. But then I never would have met my wife and gone on that date with her, and that was critical. Now you might have all these opportunities with this think tank, but then you're going to lose Minnie Driver. This is not how girls do stuff. I've seen this. I want you to come to California. Nope. Oh, hey, I'm going to go to California. Okay, bye. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Maybe I'll meet a rich guy over there. See ya. It's not, they don't do this. Oh, you should come to California with me. They don't play that. And it's kind of because the media told them, make sure the guys are expendable. Oh, you left to go somewhere else? Well, then find, upgrade. If he wants money so bad and there's great money in being a math genius, then how come he doesn't have the money? Kind of seems more like it's a networking thing, doesn't it? Really helping to expose the universities here. I lied. I don't have 12 brothers. I'm an orphan. You don't want to hear that, do you? Way to go, Will Hunting. Turning this back on her. How dare you invite me to go to California with you? I'm on parole. I can't leave the state. All right, say you don't love me. Just say it. Can he say it? Oh, he sounded like he meant it. Oh, no, breakdown. Well, okay. Your your California road trip is going to be a solo affair, Minnie. Consult your magic 8 ball. Baller move. Putting your clothes on in the yard. Now, for a guy, it's not a walk of shame. Now, this is showing off. You better appreciate what he's doing for you. He's a great man, and I follow him around all day. I'm I'm just glad to be getting the coffee. Very embarrassing to get it wrong. Just listen to me. It's right, okay? I'm smarter than you. All right, I'm out of here. Bye. Chief negotiator, posing as you. My associates, huh? I want you to do what I want you to do. This is about the mathematic community. I have to make sure you shine in this direction. I like how they didn't even bother with the math here. Hold on, hand me that paper. You sure that's right? It's right. You know how easy it is for me? It's that easy and you can't even do it. Now we couldn't even figure out how to like actually come up with math problems people can't solve because that's kind of garbage. So, yeah, we'll just say it rather than show it. There you go. I've devoted my life to math and I'm not even that good. I'm a professor and everything, and it took me and my colleagues like 2 years to come up with an equation and solve it, and you just walk in here and it's not fair. Someday my son's gonna become a clown. You're throwing away your gift. This, it's that movie where it's like, you want me to live your life. I don't want to live your life. Everybody knows that line from the trailer. James Vanderbeek. But he doesn't quite say it that way in the movie. They kind of clip it off a little early for that trailer. Good Lord, does Casey Affleck look like that twink guy from who is also in Dune? Like we got the Baron over here, and then we got the Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet, man, that look split an image Casey Affleck here. Well, it's funny because because the jokes are dirty. Who do you think wrote the dirty jokes in the movie? Was it like Matt Damon's contribution? Super string theory. Oh yeah, now that sounds real. You ready to work for the NSA or not? Why shouldn't I? Yeah, I think you can think of some reasons. Transition to him telling the story to Robin Williams. Yeah, somebody put a code on here on my desk and I cracked it, and that code was the location of a rebel army. Yeah, that's how that's gonna work. Sure. Oh, and here we go. We're in the foreign wars for the oil. Controversial take in the day. You know, a lot of it was, well, I mean, we got to beat Iraq. And we held the, I mean, now he's getting the weapons of mass destruction. We got to go in. Like, we were able to keep that going for a ways. Though around this time, you had Wag the Dog, which maybe we used these wars as a cover up for a scandal at the White House. Now, if you can say all this stuff in one run on sentence, then it sounds really convincing. Matt, can you do that? Oh yeah, we had to go overseas for the oil. We knocked them out, and then what do you know? Now those people work cheap, and they take our jobs. And sounds like a very America First approach that you're probably not supposed to say today. Why you push everybody away, Will? Oh, your peers are all dead. That's why you can't really relate. What are you passionate about? Ultimately, it is going to be Minnie Driver, I suppose. I don't know. What happens in Good Will Hunting 2 hunting season? Kind of becomes a slasher, doesn't it? Now, Robin Williams is kind of taking the wrong approach here. Oh yeah, you're talking about this blue collar stuff. Yeah, sure, it's honorable, but it's a waste of your potential. You must have wanted to show off, huh? Why did you become a janitor over here at Harvard or was it MIT or whichever? You chose to answer that equation, huh? You secretly want out of this life. You secretly want to be unhonorable. What? You're chucking me out? I thought we were friends. We're not friends. You have to be here. Oh, I think you know the answer to that. Your soulmate's dead. And I'm not playing a hand. I'm not gonna lose a girl. That's why I told Minnie Driver I don't love her. Still wearing this shirt, man. Okay, what's ADF? You want to be a shepherd? Okay, Bo Peep, go. Maybe that's what he does. Maybe he goes and hey, Minnie Driver, let's get a sheep. Ah, payphones. It's so simple. How do we put a phone logo on the side of this box? that you can't scratch over with graffiti. I know, we'll punch holes in the shape of a phone. It works. Oh, she said, I love you. What are you going to say? Yeah, it's astonishing you were able to get her on the phone. You take care. Nah. What does the audience want for him? Is the audience supposed to want him to abandon the math and stuff and go to the girl? It's kind of hard to say, isn't it? Oh, okay, she's flying, and then he's going to drive, even though she is mini driver. Seems a little unfair. Is this that song? Might have got like nominated Best Original Song. I thought he was going to see me off at the airport like they do in the movies, but he isn't. Nope, she got on the plane. She's gone. What are we going to do? Yeah, if you're going to do the demo work, I highly advise some eye protection. Uh-oh, file a report. And, he didn't show up for his therapy. Violation of parole. I'm kind of shocked this doesn't have a 4K HDR setup. This got to be a pretty big movie. Over here streaming. If it's going to be streaming somewhere in that way, it would be here. But there are a few things on Paramount Plus that have 4K 4K discs out there. I think Drop Zone I have on 4K. Wesley Snipes 94. Gary Busey. It is last I looked streaming on Paramount Plus without the 4K treatment. They do have a much maligned, so I'm told, 4K of Terminator 2 Judgment Day out there that I'm curious about it. Yeah, as bad as I've heard the presentation is with the AI upscale things like that, but it's got me curious. However, the streaming version, when you find Terminator 2 streaming anywhere, from time to time it's on Netflix. It seems, I think it's currently on Paramount Plus. It's 1080p. It's the Blu-ray. Now we're going to have the part here where Ben Affleck gives it to him. I want more than this for you, man. Someday I want to come down to your house, knock on the door, and you not be there. Because I want more for you. Ben Affleck had to have got his teeth worked on. So there's quite a bit of some gaps in there, right? Had to have gotten his teeth worked on since. Yeah, for about 10 seconds, I pull up the curb. Maybe I'm going to knock on your door, and you won't be there. Because you're going to say goodbye to us losers and go do the real thing because you're so smart. Leave us losers behind, man. That's what I want for you. It's like, damn, are we even friends? Yeah. Here's the part where we get the big blowing up here between Gerald and Sean. You're the authority figure. You come over here, and the guy who's supposed to steer the kid the direction you want him to go cranks him the other direction. He doesn't trust anybody because he was an orphan. He likes these guys because they're loyal, and they're loyal. They get in fights together. So is Matt Damon supposed to be 20 in this? I'm gonna have to look that up. Is Will Hunting supposed to be 20? Oh yeah, you resent me because I've got the manservant and you don't. You want me to be a failure like you, huh? Yeah. I'm sure that Gerald's not the only guy at the reunion who wants to talk about how great he is. Is Fields Metal real? Because if I was the Fields Metal people, I'd be like, man, you kind of made us look like the bad guys. He's speaking to the audience. Robin Williams, he's speaking up for the normal guys, the guys that buy the movie tickets. He's the voice of the many. You mathematical dick. Ah. I overheard you guys talking about me. Dun dun dun. Dramatic. You guys were talking about me, right? Okay, cool. Yeah. Imagine all the hipster talk in this. So I'm gonna be like out here now, and a lot of that like under your breath muttering crap, trailing off. Just imagine movies from the past. Watch them and think about what if this was made today? How awful would it be? I mean, this isn't a course. You're not going to fail them. Oh, you've been beat up a little bit. That's why you lash out. Oh, I just bit into a tough kernel. I may have to. It might be it for my popcorn tonight. You think you've had it rough? Let me tell you a story about being abused. See, all the guys from South, they've been beaten up as children, right? It's those foster parents, man. They take these kids in so that they can abuse them. You know, that old cliche, right? You want to talk about breaking up? No, not really. It's not your fault. We got to tell the victims it's not their fault because now they're not victims, they're survivors, right? Yeah, I know it's not my fault. I know. No. Listen, it's not your fault. Repetition, it's getting through them. No, I know. No. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's not your fault. What? Yeah, I know. What are you doing? It's not your fault. Okay, now say carpe diem. Seize the day. Keep repeating that. Robin Williams is like, hold on, this is my thing. I keep repeating the line over and over. And then it gets more emotional. Now I'm getting through to him. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that you got beat. I mean, let's imagine maybe the foster kid, maybe he was troublesome. Maybe he threw a mug at the TV and broke it. It's not your fault that you got beat up for that. Well, it kind of seems like you got what you deserved. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. No, yeah, I know. No, it's not your fault. Now I've gotten through to him. Now to convince him to avoid capitalism and go see a girl. All right, Will, you got to make a decision here. You going to go violate your parole? Or actually, is his parole up? Has he done enough of his? Was that his last session? Or regardless, Robin Williams is going to vouch for him. Yeah, he was here, even though he wasn't. Maybe that's what will be the case. Yeah, it's a little tough getting a empty train car in the city. He's looking up that light bulb and he's thinking about Thomas Edison. Well, this math thing's so easy, but decisions about personal conflicts, love, and things, now that I have to really think about. Deep contemplation. Oh, walking in. This McNeil thing, huh? This big shot job offering. Yeah, okay. I gotta wait. Oh, I don't wait for nobody. You gonna make me wait for a minute? Now you're giving me time to think about why I shouldn't be here. Yeah, that's what you done messed up now. Bunker Hill Community College. Ah, so you got the job, huh? That easy. Now job offerings are scams. They're looking to collect your information. No, so okay, this is the last session. Your parole has been lifted. So says the therapist. Astonishing he didn't prescribe a ton of drugs for him. Now, a psychologist can't prescribe the drugs, but a psychiatrist can. And psychiatrists, that's where they get their real money. It's from those big pharma boosters. Get these people on these. We'll kick you a little something. Or a lot of something, really. And the government's going to pay for it. You know what? I might just go and, what's he thinking? It's 97. Is he going to do some online date matching thing, or is that not so much a thing? Or is he just going to head to the bar and see if he can impress some girls? Quoting. Robin's like, did I do enough for the Oscar? I mean, let me see. We stood up to the authority. I said it's not your fault. That's got to do it, guys. I got to get the gold statue for that. You got through to me, kid. Well, didn't Ben Affleck call somebody Casey earlier? But here we are, we're saying Casey Affleck's name's Morgan, but then who's Casey? It's your birthday? I didn't even know it was my birthday. Your present, the car we drive around in. A T-Pass must be transit pass stuff. Oh, it's a beater. Is this not the same car they've been driving around in? It probably isn't. This is pretty bad. I think they had something blue they were in. Okay, so he turned 21. What'd we get you? A car. Wow. You know, that makes, I'm feeling old. It's balls. Packing up. We're both sorry. Okay, yeah. All right, good. Maybe right. Maybe meet a girl. Okay, so I guess this parole thing must have lasted about 6 months. Man, there is a lot of drinking. Hold on, we got to have a talking scene. Well, we got to go somewhere and drink if we're going to talk. Really keeping the pubs in business with this one. Let's talk about those lottery odds. Yeah, that's a great topic for conversation. I'm pretty sure the people with the lottery odds stuff are wrong. Somebody still wins the lottery. Somebody does not have to get struck by lightning. Oh, your odds of winning the lottery are, you got better chance of getting eaten by a shark. Well, no, because I stay out of the water. So, but if I'm by the gas station where I can buy a lottery ticket, that seems to be a little bit easier. Going to go see him at his place where he lives? What? Now let me just leave him a note. I wouldn't know how that works. Is that his box? I don't know. And also, what's this nonsense where it's like they kind of wrote themselves a hole here. You know what I hope? Those 10 seconds I walk up to your door, I knock on it and you're not there. That's what I want. You know what? We gave you a car, so now you can go out and drive wherever you want. I don't know why we're picking you up anymore. Kind of defeated this whole thing. So now this scene loses impact because if you think about it for a second, this isn't the big, oh my God, he did it. He left. Because he has a car. He doesn't need a ride. I can't say it's not a possibility. I guess we put McGuire there on the box so we knew which one to put it in, but it's like, oh my God, Will. He's not here. You know what? Maybe I got my wish. This is what I wanted, for him not to be there. Does the place look any more empty? Maybe? I don't know. It just doesn't quite work the same because they gave him a car. And therefore, they shouldn't need to be picking him up. You wrote yourself into a corner, Affleck. Yeah, he did it. Awesome. He drove the car we gave him. So then why are we trying to pick him up? He's going to finally leave Boston. I don't even know if he has a learner's permit. Seeing as how we always give him a ride. But I don't think people overthought stuff. You know, you saw the movie once, you rented it on VHS. If that's the way you saw it, maybe you saw it in the theater. Now we got a lot of time to overthink movies, right? To what? What is it? Screen Junkies or Cinema Sins, all this stuff, right? I get to graduate to the front seat. Yeah. Who are we going to beat up next? I had to go see about a girl. Oh my God, he used my line on me. He stole my line. And that's it, man. Now he's on a road trip with that straight six that I would be fearful. Let's see, 97. You're probably looking at a 55 mile per hour national speed limit. It's going to be a ways. He's probably going to bounce into some girl that'll catch his eye on the way to California and then completely forget about Minnie Driver. I mean, wouldn't you? And that's Good Will Hunting. I think this one still works for me, even though I knew I was going to be looking back on it with this jaded lens. Does it still work for you? Let me know in the comments below, like, share, subscribe. Until next time, adios.